Hey guys, it's Dami Okadara here from Clientele Boosters, and today I'm going to show you how to book 5 to 15 appointments a day with AI and appointment setting. So why should you listen to me? I'm a 26-year-old with a 40-plus person staff. We've generated over 8 figures in revenues for our clients, and we have been able to serve over 20-plus industries across 3 continents. So we know a thing or two about getting appointments for people in the service-based industry. So today we're going to be talking about this target. All right, good start. Let's use this blue one instead. 5 to 15 appointments per day. Okay, we're not talking about deals because that's more of a sales conversation. How does that come up? That's not super visible. Let's move that forward just a little bit more. Okay. So 5 to 15 appointments per day, all right? Now, why is this a good goal? A lot of you are terrible at sales. So a lot of people will say, I close 60%, I close 80%, but most salespeople that are average will close at around 20 to 25%. So what that means is if they get 10 appointments and 5 of those appointments show up for a demo or a presentation or a sales call, they might convert 1 out of 5, okay? So average person converts, so CVR, conversion rate, at 1 out of 5. 20%, okay? So if you have a company with staff, we both know that you can't survive off closing, one person a month or one person a week, most of you, maybe some of you one person a week, but you'll need velocity, right? And velocity is the volume of opportunities that you can get so you can increase the volume of new clients and customers, okay, that you get. So for example, if you have a, so that's your close rate, so close. If you are generating, say, 10 appointments per day, let's use a friendly number, let's just say a big number, 30 appointments, let's just say per week, okay? That's just the velocity. But then we have to count, okay, how many people are going to show up? So that's the show up rate, right? So that's 30 appointments. Let's just say out of 30 appointments, you have a 70%-ish show up rates. Let's just say delineation, 20 show up. And then out of 20, we're going to assume again, you're going to close 1 out of 5 show up, so demo. And then we'll further delineate it. So 20 show up, okay, from 30 appointments. And let's just say you close 4 new deals. Customers, okay. So that's why velocity is important. So this is why we need to figure out how to get to this level of velocity consistently. And the ironic thing is today I'm not going to talk to you about how to use paid ads for it, even though I love paid ads. I'm a fan of paid ads across my company. We probably spend anywhere between 4 to 6K a week just in ad spend, right? So I love paid ads, especially when you're spending that much money a month. However, I definitely want to show you guys how you can get to this, to get to a pretty cool revenue number with just, appointment setting, because by myself, even without a massive appointment setting infrastructure, we were able to get to 40K a month. Did that happen overnight? No. And once we started to push 50 and 60K per month plus, we did have to have more of an infrastructure, which is what I'm going to show you today. But I'm definitely going to show you something that can literally get you to $500,000 a year with just AI and appointment setting. So the 3 components. 3, okay? Number 1, outreach, and I'll define what that is. Number 2, AI automations. Just gonna write AI auto. And then 3, appointment setting. And I could probably write cold calling. Now the cold calling is not gonna be applicable to everyone, but for most of you that are in traditional service businesses, HVAC, professional services, consulting, property, real estate, cold calling is super effective. Anyway, so these 3, what's outreach and what are the variations of outreach? Oops. So an example of outreach. So an example of outreach is Instagram. So you can have a virtual assistant send out, as an example, 50 DMs a day. You can do the same on LinkedIn LinkedIn. You can do the same on Facebook. And then Facebook has Facebook groups as well. Okay. Then you can do email. So EDMs, electronic direct mail, EDMs. Okay. These are all versions of outreach. You can do texts. And this is free money because you can do what's called reactivations. So for example, we have a towing client in Canada. They've been with us for about nearly a year, about 8 months plus. And they came from our ads, ironically. But for them, we know that there's going to be a really good part of the year where they're going to make a lot of their money. So we don't just rely on SEO and ads for them and Google ads. We're also thinking, where is there free outreach opportunities? So what we do is we're sending out a mass text and email campaign to all of the people that have already signed up and worked with them in the past. And we're giving them an incentive for them taking an action, whether it's to inquire because it's a discount, whether it's to leave a Google review because they've been a long-time member, and X amount of people that leave a Google review, maybe they're going to get some sort of reward, financial or gift, etc. But texts and EDMs are a great way to reheat old food and make sure that you can, again, quicker add to this number of 5 to 15. Okay, so that's outreach, and that's just a few methods of outreach. We can go more depth out of this webinar. The second example, or the second topic, is AI automation. So again, there's a very deep rabbit hole that I'm not going to go too deep in for this webinar, but we use Zapier, okay, which is basically just like a third party that connects CRMs and other tools to other things. It's like an AI tool, but Zapier, okay, allows us to get notifications, okay, for, I'm just gonna write the number 4, intent. So what do I mean by that? So let's just say on Instagram, again, because we're talking about outreach, let's just say you are on Instagram and you have a video and it's like, let's just use my business. Everyone that comments SEO on my post will get a free ebook, okay? And then you can use another AI automation called ManyChat, okay? MC for ManyChat. That will, again, ping you or your staff, your virtual assistants, so they will reach out automatically to that lead on Instagram. So imagine every time someone says SEO, 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 I have an AI bot that's messaging them. Ashton Hall, some of the biggest creators on Instagram, Ashton Hall, Ty Lopez, all of those big guys, they use ManyChat and variations of ManyChat. Okay, that's the game. So, Instagram message, hey, it looks like you want to learn more about SEO. Is that correct? Great. And then we use what's called deductive logic. I'm not going to write that down on the board because, again, I'm not going to talk too much about the sales science of why these things work. But I'm giving you guys the artillery so you can go to war without paying anyone. Okay? That's the aim of this webinar. So, ManyChat, that will drive inquiries. And then, again, that will allow the person that is engaging with the AI bot to be able to do one of 3 things: either download a free resource, send them to a landing page, or get them to book a call, which leads me to number 3, which is appointment setting and cold calling. Now, those two are kind of 2 different things, but I've summarized them in one for the sake of today's conversation. Appointment setting is when, like I said, someone comes to ManyChat or they come to Zapier and they're showing an intent to learn more or to inquire more about your product or service. But what happens is once the lead is qualified and they want to book a call, that is when they've booked into your Calendly, if they booked into your Acuity scheduling tool, then this is where a lot of people mess up. And this is why a lot of people cannot escape the velocity of 20% in closing. And I can show you guys how you can get your closing rate up because we've done this for multiple industries, okay? For NDIS, for healthcare, etc., junk removal, you name it, we've probably done it. So we get someone to screen the lead first. So this is like the first line of defense, screen. Okay? Screen lead. Having someone come in to screen the inquiry first makes you guys, there's a few things that happen. It makes you guys look bigger than you are as a company because you have now a third party or an individual that is calling the lead to verify their information. So let's just say you're an NDIS provider. Okay. Hey, I just saw that you filled out our form on Facebook. Is that correct? Okay, fantastic. Can I just confirm a few details? You're a support coordinator. You have an NDIS participant. They're looking for a 2-to-1 ratio. They have an NDIS number. They're looking for SIL housing, and they've got this much funding. Or let's take it away from that. Let's say you've got a cleaning business. You're looking for an end of lease clean, November 29th, before your parents come back from their trip, and you want to also, refurnish it, whatever. That's going to be $600. Is that correct? Okay, cool. Before they even pitch the price, so I was incorrect. I just pitched the price. Before they reveal the price, they verify those details to actually reverse the psychology So now it feels like you're applying to work and to pay someone instead of you being another option. Because when they found you on Facebook or they found you on Instagram, you could have been the 10th person that they commented on the post up. You're just another option to them. But once someone calls them and tries to screen them, they feel like they need to prove themselves to you to pay you money, right? So even me, like I'm still heavily involved in closing and sales for my company, but we've got 3 other closers, right? My appointment setters, right? When they're cold calling for me, they are asking them, hey, listen, first of all, can you handle more business? Because Dami's not going to want to talk to you if you can't handle more business. There's no point having that conversation. Do you have the capacity to get more staff if we grow you too quickly? Okay, fantastic. Now, again, this is more of a sales conversation, which is called framing. But again, what I'm trying to say is when you have someone screening the inquiry, agnostic of your service business, that really, really makes you guys look bigger than you are. And it also increases the quality of the 5-15 appointments that you're getting per day. Now, the second benefit of appointment setting is what we call edification. So I'm just going to write ED, not for erectile dysfunction, but for edification, right? And edification is basically where you are talking someone up. So by the time a prospect gets to the closer, they are more privy to make a decision on the spot. So as an example, let's just say I'm an appointment setter. Hey, how are you today? You're great. Let's just say I've asked them all the checklist questions. And I'll be like, okay, great. First of all, is this something you're looking to do? Are you looking to get your property cleaned like now? Or is this more of like a New Year thing, like in 2 months? Because if it's a New Year thing, we can just talk in January. There's no point like rushing to come. And then they're going to be like, no, I want to know. Okay, great. Okay, great. Well, look, before I book you in, I understand you want to know. You have all these details. Are you in a financial position to afford this service? Because again, I respect, sometimes money gets tight. You know, it's been a tricky year, financial year, Trump tariffs, craziness. So, you know, if financially it doesn't make sense right now, let's just put this on pause. And they're going to be like, and then what you're doing is you're getting them in what we call a state of resourcefulness. And once people are resourceful, the price, not all the time, but a lot of the time does not matter. I have had people, actually just yesterday, we had an inbound inquiry come in through our organic content, again, AI, right? Or AI/outreach. And they've been seeing my content, they reached out, yada, yada, yada. And they didn't have money to buy like our monthly recurring services because, you know, they've been on the pricier side and we bring on a lot of people for them, right? But what we did do was I said, hey, listen, and we didn't have an appointment setter for this, but just listen to the principle, I guess. Listen, you can't afford this right now. If money's tight, what I recommend is this. Take these free resources, come back to me in 3 months. That early frame made them want to find something to pay me for. They ended up buying like one of our like small ebook thingies that we have to show people how to do SEO. By the way, if you guys want that, it's in the description on YouTube. You'll get 50 prompts that will show you how to rank on the first page of Google in 6 months or less. And yeah, that's like $97, something ridiculously cheap. That's what she bought. And that may or may not be a benefit to you. Again, we're not the cheapest service. Most of our services start at $2K a month or above, or $19.95 a month and above. But anyway, so what happened was, very quickly, because I was edified for the sake of this conversation through the content, edification, tick, I was framed in a way where she was ready to make a buying decision. Even though she didn't have money, she became resourceful. And once you get people in the resourceful state, again, you make them take action to book that appointment with your appointment setter or your closer. Now, this one's old-fashioned. A lot of people don't believe in this. I am a fan of cold calling still to this day, and we're nearly a 6-figure-a-month company. We still do cold calling, okay? We still do cold calling collectively between me and my sales guys. We probably make a couple hundred calls a day. Honestly, it should be way higher. We should be doing 1,000 calls a day. It's a bit disappointing. But we still get it done. And on average, we're closing anywhere between 2 to 4 clients every single week. Here's the kicker, just from cold calling and appointment setting, right? Now again, cold calling is pretty, that's pretty clear on how it works. Basically, you get a list of people, you're calling them, and you're trying to sell the appointment, not sell the service. That's the key thing. Okay, so guys, this is the first webinar we've done in a while. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these webinars throughout 2025 and 2026. So we're gonna be doing them pretty much weekly. Today's gonna be about how to do 5-15 appointments a day from someone that does this actively. And hopefully you guys got something out of it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with someone that you think can learn. And as always, think mega. Take care.